everybody, Gary Edelman, American Battlefield Trust. I think you know where we are. I'm on East Cemetery Hill at Gettysburg. That is the Evergreen Gatehouse. This is the crest of East Cemetery Hill. This is the scene of a Confederate attack on July 2nd. You know the deal. On July 1st, the Union had left some forces on top of East Cemetery Hill and Cemetery Hill and some cannons. The Union, when they retreated back on the first day, were able to form a stronghold here on Cemetery Hill. Eventually, the Union would also occupy the adjacent hill, Culp's Hill, off in the distance there. On the night of July 2nd, with the Union on top of this hill and that, the Confederates are going to sweep back through town off to the left here and across these fields you see here. And we're going to talk about some of this right now, because when you look right over the shoulder of our soon-to-be speaker, you can see some commercial development over there. That's known as the War Museum. You might recall at the American Battlefield Trust, you helped us to preserve the McKnight House and some of the land around it, and now we have some more acreage that'll really fill in a hole in the donut. But before we talk about that, this is Tim Smith, Adams County Historical Society. Who is McKnight and how did his farm figure into the battle?
Well, James McKnight owned the property at the time of the Civil War. About 4 acres we're talking about currently that the trust is trying to purchase. Now, this farm, I don't think he purchased it until about 1860, but this farm had been here for many years. And it's right in the middle of this battle on the evening of July 2nd for East Cemetery Hill. The land was crossed by the Union troops to get into position. There were actually a regiment positioned on the property itself that we're talking about, the 33rd Massachusetts. No doubt, Greenleaf T. Stevens' 5th Maine Battery crossed the property on their way to a knoll between what we call Culp's Hill and the McKnight Farm, referred to as Stevens Knoll. This was a Union defensive position on July 2nd, and of course, on the evening of July 2nd, about dusk, 2 Confederate brigades under the command of Harry T. Hayes and Colonel Isaac Avery from North Carolina crossed this very ground in front of us. The North Carolinians crossed this area. Colonel Isaac Avery was mortally wounded in the attack. Some of the North Carolinians broke through temporarily in front of us. Louisiana Tigers broke through temporarily on top of the hill, but there were no reinforcements. The Northern Army shifted forces into this area. It was getting dark, and the Confederate attack was driven back at this point. Now, the War Museum, as you can see, is a key location in this battle, and the preservation of this site will open up this entire area to our Civil War knowledge.
Good, and thanks Tim Smith, Adams County Historical Society. When you want to learn more about the McKnights, the Hummelbaugh, the Trossels, Clapsaddles, or Weikerts, check out the Adams County Historical Society if you can. Let me just point out a couple of things here. One, if you see that light blue water tower there, you might recall that in about 2013, the members of the trust were able to secure purchase on those woods that you see right next to it, and a house that has since been removed beyond it. If we scan a little bit further over this way, as I said, we were able to preserve the McKnight House in 2020 and some of the land around it. And then beyond it, there is another house you helped us get. And then beyond that is another 3 acres, part of which comprised General Meade's July 4th headquarters at Gettysburg. And when you look at it on a map, and I'll show you right now on this video, this is another hole in the donut that we can fill up to help prevent further construction and commercial use along the Baltimore Pike, and also that we might have the opportunity to restore the land to the way it looked so that soldiers coming up East Cemetery Hill might be able to recognize it were they able to somehow do so. There's a lot of work to be done here, and by the way, this is only part of our preservation effort. You've also heard and seen that we're also trying to preserve substantial acreage at 2nd Winchester. So that's 2 Gettysburg campaign sites. We hope you can get involved. Click on the link, and thank you so much for supporting battlefield preservation.